great about that, other than trying to help people who are in a state of invasion. Welcome back to the Immigration Answer Show. My name is Jim Hacking. This is episode 916 of the Immigration Answer Show. I'm here with my friend Mariana. Mariana, how are you? Good. She's waving to everybody. She's going to take good care of all you in the green room, in the waiting room, whatever room you are in. I want to thank you all for joining us today for another exciting episode of the Immigration Answer Show. I will do my very best to answer as many of your immigration law-related questions as I can. Hey, you guys, we have a QR code up in the corner now. This is looking more and more like CNN around here. Somebody let me know what that QR code takes you to, because I don't know. I was laughing at the comments. Heather said first. I always like it when people claim first. That's fun. Usually it's Hope. Hope's usually the first one here. Craig Jones has given big ups to all the Yardies, as he so often does. Jamal came in. Jamal hired us today after many years of being on the show. Hello, Lazade. I am doing well. Thank you. On TikTok. You know, I love getting my sombrero on TikTok. If anyone knows how to send that to me, that makes me happy. Erica is here. Julio is here. Our friend Soledad is here. Always happy to see Soledad. Jamal, we're also happy for you. Gingach is here. Tyrone, Sonia. And now, listen. Now, just yesterday I said, hey, you guys, where's Dammy been? And then there she is. So we're glad to have her back. I hope she was doing something fun. I don't know how much fun you can have up in cold Canada, although I guess it's probably pretty right now. Searing is here. Hello, Searing. Ole says, hello, Jim. It's about time for your help. All right. Richard is here. Robert is rooting for the Chargers, even though they don't play till Sunday, I guess. Christine is here, giving blessings to all. Nurse Laura is here. What'd Laura say? Hello, friends. Just on my way home for my last patient of the week. Well, that's pretty good. Christine says, I hope you all have a good weekend. I hope everybody does for sure. So we will do a show tomorrow at noonish or 1-ish. I have to go to the jail in the morning, and then it takes me an hour to get back. I'm going to come back here, do some more work. Got some good things planning. I shot a 20-minute video today, and it's just me talking about what happened with my Indonesian clients in immigration court. So that'll post tomorrow around 10. We didn't edit it much. It's just going straight up. So I'm glad to see everybody. Good to see all the commenters. Lots of friends, young and old. Kevin's here. Young Gal Can Cook is here. We got Optimism Personified. Well, isn't that a great name? Optimism Personified, all the way from Ohio. I didn't know there were that many optimists in Ohio. I guess O for optimism, Ohio. There's 2 O's in Ohio. You can't spell optimism without an O. JD, hello. I saw a really cheesy, you can't spell Maybelline without Miley Cyrus. And so I had to do M-I-L-E-Y. Yeah, I guess that's right. So you can't spell optimist without optimism. Dammy says, can't wait to log off for the weekend. A digital reset, Swanky City Nail says. All right. Oh, Joe's looking for college or football picks. I have one pick for you. Bet against the Jets. Always a good bet. My favorite team, the Jets. We had an interesting exchange. By the way, my green card case in Fairfax got approved from yesterday. We just had our interview today. So green card approved. Couple's been together since 2010. Have 2 kids. So we were glad to see that one go right through. All right. So I got AF, Manny, Cy. Angela is here, and our old friend UFAM is here. What do you know? We're happy when UFAM is here. AF, hello.
Hi, Jim. How are you?
I'm great. I'm talking to you. How are you doing?
I am good. I'm just happy to be here. My question is pretty simple. I was thinking if when my boyfriend comes up to visit me, if we get married and he goes back to his country because he has a job, his house, he got to sell it, would he be able to come back up? Or is that the best route for us to go? Or should we just do the K-1 visa?
So I'm not a big fan of the K-1 visa. I was just talking to someone who was on the show earlier this week about why I don't like fiance visas. How long will he be up here on this visit?
Maybe for 10 days and then he goes back to work.
So
Yeah.
you're thinking of getting married and then filing an I-130 away so that he would consular process?
No, we was actually thinking when he leaves, he would just come back up because I think he still has his visa and then we will file. Or should we just file when he leaves?
Well, I guess my question is, if you had a magic wand and didn't have to worry about green cards, when would he like to be in the United States?
In March. Yeah, March.
March. Okay.
Mhm.
So here's the tricky thing is he can't have immigrant intent. If he comes to the United States with immigrant intent, that's a problem. But if he decides on one of his many visits here to the United States to stay after he's arrived, so if he sells everything, if he quits his job and all that stuff, and then comes up and apply, that's bad and probably going to get denied. Probably going to get hit with a misrepresentation charge. I have a ton of videos on this, and these days I try to be a little bit circumspect in how I explain these things. But if he has immigrant intent and comes with that intent on a visit visa, that's a violation of his visa. So if he did that and then applied for a green card, that would be a problem. Does that
Okay.
make sense?
So I'm just going to give random dates. So in December when he comes, let's say on the 21st, we get married and he leaves and he
Yeah.
comes back 3 months later in March
Well,
and
so
then we file.
first of all, you have to ask me, Jim, do you think he's going to be allowed back into the
Oh,
United States?
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
Mr.
No, you're just jumping. I'm not interrupting you. I'm making a joke. So yeah,
Okay.
the first question there is, well, once he's married to a U.S. citizen, do they keep letting him into the United States on a visit visa? We've had plenty of people on this show who said, yeah, I've been able to come back and forth to see my spouse, but one time I got a jerk of an officer. He asked to see my phone. He saw that we were married. He revoked my visa and he expeditedly removed me and gave me a 5-year bar on coming back.
Oh, wow. That's horrible. Okay.
Yeah, and that's what we don't want.
Okay. Wow. Okay. So you're saying, based on what I'm gathering, if we do get married, it is best that he stays and we file.
Well, that again, you can have the intent. He can't have that intent. If he comes to the United States on a visit visa with the intention of never going back, getting married, and applying for a green card, that is a big problem for him.
I see. Well, we don't really know when we want to get married. I know it's going to happen because he's been hinting, but I know because immigration have changed so much, I said we need to talk to a lawyer before you try to do anything.
Sure. So if people get married in the first 60 days, right off the bat, they're in trouble.
Okay.
So now if he got married and you guys consular processed and took 2 years and did it all through the embassy, he could come up and get married right away. But if he comes to the United States, let's say he came and let's say he's not your boyfriend. Let's say he's someone who just comes to the United States a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And he, after, spending 3 or 4 months in the United States and 3 or 4 months outside the United States, comes up on one of their trips and decides to get married and stay, they can apply for a green card, but they can't have that intent when they come through customs. That's the big problem.
I see. Wow. That's tough.
So look at my videos. I got a ton of them. I walk everybody through it. Look for marital intent and then ringing that bell. Once he's married to a U.S. citizen, it's going to make it harder for him to come and go.
Okay. So watch your videos on marital intent and I'll get my answer on the best route for us.
Yeah. And if you want our help with it, you can talk to one of our attorneys and they can walk you through it.
Okay. Who do I just call and book a consultation?
Well, we don't do consultations. It's for people that want to hire us. You can talk to one of our lawyers. Yeah.
Okay.
Mariana, do you have her contact information? Yep. So we'll reach out, AF. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
Awesome. Have a good day.
You too.
Bye. Robert said something that made me giggle, but I'll just move on. Manny, hello.
Hi, Jim. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Great. All right. So, quick question. I could be mistaken, but I think you said something along the lines of if you're married to a green card holder, you have to consular process, right? But if you're married to a citizen, you can do that process in the state.
I never said that.
Okay, I got wrong.
I'll tell you the distinction, just so you know.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I've been an immigration lawyer since 2008, and historically, there's a backlog on green cards for the spouses of green card holders. In other words, if you're married to a U.S. citizen, you're what's called an immediate relative, and there's no limit on the number of spouses of U.S. citizens that can get a green card every year. But there is a limit for the spouses of green card holders, and whenever there's a limit, then oftentimes you have a backlog. Okay.
Okay.
So when President Trump was in office last time, so many people were freaked out and not filing for immigration benefits that for the only time during my career as an immigration lawyer, that became current. The backlog completely went away. And what that meant is that green card holders could sponsor their spouses just like a U.S. citizen as far as the wait time. They could file their I-130 and the 45 together. Right now, up until this month, there's been a lag. So if you marry a green card holder, typically what you have to do is you file the I-130, you get a priority date, and that's your place in line. And then once the priority date is current in the visa bulletin, then the spouse of the green card holder would file for their green card at that point, okay? But
Okay.
in September, it just about became current, and I predict in October it will be current. So the real important thing there is if you're married to a green card holder, you have to be in valid status, not when you file the I-130, but when you file the 45, which is why if there's a long gap, if it's a 6-month wait, you might have to do it from overseas because you wouldn't be in status the whole time up until the 45 gets current. Does that make sense?
Yes. Okay. So here's the catch. What if the green card holder becomes a citizen while the beneficiary is in the US but is out of status?
Well, I'll frame that a little bit differently, okay? I would
Okay.
say that if the beneficiary is out of status,
Mm-hmm.
this is assuming that they had a valid entry into the United States. Is that what you're saying? They're an
Yeah,
overstay?
they did. Yes, they did with the B1, B2.
So I would say it a little bit differently than you did. I would say that person can't get their green card until their spouse is a U.S. citizen
Ah, okay. Okay.
because they're not an immediate relative until their spouse becomes a U.S. citizen, and only immediate relatives have overstays forgiven. The spouses of green card holders do not have overstays forgiven.
Okay. 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 All right. Perfect. Makes sense. Question answered.
Awesome. Thanks,
Thank
Manny.
you.
Bye,
Uh-huh.
buddy. Yep. Immediate relatives, lots of good benefits, which is why they discuss why they scrutinize for immigration fraud so hard. I have to jump ahead a little bit. I see one of my favorite people here, Abu Shibshib, in the house. Hello. I know I'm going to laugh.
Assalamu alaikum, my brother. How are you?
Walaikum salam. Juma Mubarak.
Juma Mubarak, my brother. Nice to talk to you again.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm great. I'm great. Thanks for asking. I've been working all day on something called a writ of habeas corpus. It's something that I've wanted to file since I went to law school, and I'm finally, after 28 years, filing my first writ of habeas corpus. So I'm in a good mood. How are you? Good. You're good?
Good. It's been a crazy week for sure. As an F1 student,
Oh, yeah.
looking at these rule changes, I've been good, but it's been a tough week.
So what can I help you with, my friend?
Mm-hmm. I have a question for you about the rule change from the Department of State
Okay.
that says that for non-immigrant visas, the applications have to be processed in either the country of nationality or the country of residence.
Right.
I've heard you say many times on the show that they will force the non-immigrant visa applicants to go back to the country of nationality.
Yeah.
I want to make sure with you though, the announcement does mention them allowing people to do it where they live if they can prove that they live there. So are you saying that they're not going to follow through with that, or
Yeah.
are you?
Yeah, I've read that. It's a pretty cryptic, small little proclamation from the State Department. I interpret it to be that those exceptions will be very, very rarely granted.
Okay, okay. I was scratching my head and I was quite confused. I was telling myself, why is Jim saying that everybody needs to go to the
I might be wrong, but remember, their ultimate goal is to slow down legal immigration. And so if I have a Kenyan that's living in London and can get an interview next month, or I can make him go back to Kenya and do it at his embassy, and that's going to take 3 years, which crowd does this crew need to or think they're going to pick?
I understand your point of view. It's just that I had some confusion, so I wanted to ask.
Sure, no problem.
Alrighty. Next topic is the proposed rule change by DHS with respect to F1 students.
Yep.
I watched the video that you published on it a while ago.
Okay.
And my question for you regarding that is, are there any realistic obstacles to that passing that rule, or am I just dreaming and going, yeah, they're just gonna pass the rule and there will be nobody standing in their way and they're just gonna do whatever they want?
Which F1 rule? I don't even remember.
It eliminated the duration of status.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, Congress could, but Congress won't. Yeah, I think that thing might be coming. I don't know. I mean, the schools might push back. I mean, there are universities that have lobbyists and stuff. I haven't been paying. I've been so busy on other stuff. I haven't really been paying attention to that. I think that was only 30 days though to go into effect, right?
Yes. Right now they have a public comment period.
Yeah.
And so I actually wanted to ask you about that. If you were in my position as an international student, would you leave a comment?
Oh, I don't think there's a downside to leaving a comment.
Okay. Do they look at them? Are they? I don't want to say obligated, but do they have to consider the comments when they're drafting up the rule, or
they don't really. I think really the purpose where the benefit of notice and comment, and it's a very, very limited benefit, is that if later on somebody challenges this in court, and let's say there were 1,200 comments and 1,000 of them were against it and 200 were in favor, then the attorneys challenging it could throw that in there, but I don't think any judge is going to find it all that compelling.
Okay. Thank you for letting me know. I'll have to see what I end up. I'll have to see if I end up posting a comment for them or not.
Okay.
And one more thing before I go. I've seen a lot of things on this show, but I never expected to hear about bechamel and kofta, and you made me hungry, my brother. So please don't make me hungry.
Okay, I won't. I'm going to a brunch over at our Egyptian friend's house on Sunday, so I'll probably be having all that stuff.
Oh boy! Thank goodness for bechamel and thank goodness for kofta. My God.
Yep, for sure. Thanks,
All right.
buddy. See ya.
Salama.
Salama. I always like it. He always ends his calls with a way to. He always knows to get me to laugh at the end of the call. That's why I was laughing as soon as I brought him on. I like our show so much. I like our community. Sai, hello. Sai, you're there? Oh. All right, no Sai. Let's go to Sylvia. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Thank you for having me.
Sure, what's up?
Yes, you know what? I'm calling because I would like to ask if job sponsorship is possible after overstaying F1 visa.
The question is, can someone change their status from a F1 overstay to an employment-based non-immigrant visa or non-immigrant or green card, right? That's the question?
Yes.
The answer is, how long of an overstay are we talking about?
8 years.
Yeah, nope. The answer is no.
Because you know why? I contacted two attorneys and they said that it's possible, but the interview for the green card will take place in the home country.
But the person would go back. So somebody's feeding you a bunch of BS, because once you go back for your immigrant visa, you have a 10-year bar on coming back.
But the thing he claims is that on my I-94, it's valid for the duration of status. It's the expiration, because of the lack of the expiration date. He claims that I'm basically, I will not accumulate the ban if I leave.
When is your I-20, has your CVIS record been terminated?
You know what? When I dropped out of school, I never received, a letter or anything from the
Well, when
USCIS.
no, you wouldn't get it from US. So when did you stop going to school? 8 years ago?
Yes.
Yeah. So your CVIS record has undoubtedly been terminated. So I don't know what that person's talking about.
Oh, okay. And I have one more quick question, because I watched your show the other day, and I have a friend who by mistake was registered to vote,
Yeah.
and he's trying to remove himself from the registry,
Yeah.
but he might be able to be petitioned for a green card, and he's worrying right now that because of the mistake he might encounter some problems in the future with his green card application.
Smart. So here's the thing. How did they begin to think that he was registered to vote? Like, did he fill out an actual form, or did they do it by mistake? Like, was it his mistake or someone else's mistake?
You know what? So he came and he renewed his driving license before, and he was never registered to vote. But few years ago, he went in, and he thinks that maybe the person behind the counter marked him as U.S. citizen, and he was sent the what is it called, like the voting card, but he just got rid of it because he thought it's some kind of a marketing or something.
Sure.
And somehow he found out recently, and someone that is a US citizen, told him that it's actually like a voting card and you probably are registered to vote. So he's trying to, remove himself from the registry.
So I would say that if this person indeed wants to get a green card, this person should not do it should absolutely have an attorney help them. And I'd even have the attorney help them clean up the voter registration stuff. But in my book, on a scenario like that, based on the facts that you told me, and given the crazy new interpretation that they're giving for this false claim to citizenship, as long as your man didn't make a mistake and it was somebody behind the counter, as long as he never checked a box that said I'm a US citizen, then I think the proper answer to the question, have you ever made a false claim to citizenship, is no, I've never made a false claim to citizenship.
Yeah, but if let's say that they check it somehow and it's marked that he is and he signed, the firm, so
Then,
which means that he claimed unknowingly, right? Because he was not aware.
well,
Like before, he would never claim it. So
but the problem is they've taken away knowingly or unknowingly as a defense. They're saying it's strict liability if you clicked it. If there's a form out there that he checked a box and signed and it said that he's a US citizen, then I think he's in big trouble.
Okay.
And if it was 3 years ago and he didn't go after it right away to clean it up, I still think here's what I think. I think their interpretation is very extreme and very harsh, and I don't know that it's legal. Again, this is why he needs a good attorney, because number one, you want to fight it out at the green card stage. You don't want to fight it out in deportation, and you want to be able to preserve the issue, because I don't know that their new strict liability interpretation of the rule is legal. But if he loses and doesn't preserve it properly, then he might be stuck with that and get deported.
Okay. Because the thing is that, he was not even aware that he, that will register him to vote
Yep.
without like providing, let's say, the birth certificate or something like that. So, it was kind of a surprise.
Right. Right.
So what you're saying is that to get a lawyer once he files for his green card?
Before he files. Yep.
Before he files? Okay.
All right.
Okay, thank you so much. Have a
Bye,
great
Sylvia.
day.
Thanks for the questions. This is the Immigration Answer Show. Somebody on TikTok is mad that I'm always facing another angle. That's because I'm doing the show on 2 channels at once, and TikTok won't let you stream. So I do this. Most people on TikTok just listen. Sorry that I'm not looking. I'll try to look. He's skinny. I'll try to look at you the whole time. How about that? I'll just do the rest of the show like this. Is that good? Waiver, hello.
Hi, Jim. Good afternoon.
Hi. How are you doing?
How are you? I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
Great.
Good. So I have been watching for a long time.
Nice.
I have a very complicated immigration history.
Okay.
So yeah. So I got married in 2016, and right off the bat at the interview, we were separated. It went okay,
Were you
not well.
Were you out of status when you got married?
No,
What was your status?
J1.
And you didn't have the return home requirement?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And it went okay, not well. However, make a very long story short, I did not get that green card. My dad, however,
They
I'm sorry, go
separate.
ahead.
Yeah, it's okay. Did you have an attorney?
Yes, we did.
They separated you,
Yes.
and when you say, did you say it did go well or it didn't go well?
It went okay. No, I would not say well.
It must not have if you didn't get a green card.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Did you and your
uh-huh.
spouse? Did you and your spouse compare notes about the answers and stuff?
Yes.
And they didn't all match?
Majority.
Majority did match or
Yes. Did.
Okay. Okay.
It was 2 questions, and it was one
Big stuff or little
who
stuff?
I would say that big stuff,
Okay, go ahead.
because they ask who purchased my ring, and he said I purchased it, but I didn't purchase it. We went into the store together, and I picked it up, and then
Mm.
he went back and purchased it.
Hmm.
Yeah. So we picked it out together, but he purchased it, and that would be my definition of who purchased it,
Right.
because I was not there when it was being purchased.
Yep.
However, we were married for like 4 years.
So
Everything.
did you get an actual denial of the case?
No.
Did you withdraw it?
But yes, I did. So I was getting to the withdrawal. So we my child ended up getting a 2-year green card from that marriage, which I don't know how, because she got her green card, but I did not get mine. And
But you didn't withdraw her case.
I'm sorry,
You didn't withdraw her case, only your case.
she got her green card before I withdrew. I withdrew 4 years later.
Oh wait,
She
so
got hers.
was your spouse a U.S. citizen or a green card holder?
Yes, U.S. citizen.
So your daughter had a
So,
separate I-130 than you did.
yes, because she was outside of the country.
So hers got approved, and she got an
Yes.
immigrant visa to come to the United
Yes,
States.
and she did immigrate. Yep.
And that'll
And
happen. That'll happen before you withdrew your own
yes,
I-130. Okay,
yes.
that's interesting.
So I know I have an attorney now, a good attorney, and that's
Yeah.
what he was saying. He was like, they put the carriage before the horse there.
Yeah, very rare.
So yeah, that's what he was saying. So anyways, my dad had filed a petition in 2015, because when I came to the US in 2015 on a J1, my dad did a petition. He was a green card holder at the time.
Mhm.
So we just left it there, because I didn't know what to do about it. So we just left it. Anyways, so here we are, full circle moment. That is what I'm currently waiting for. Now I need a 601A waiver. So I feel that my attorney filled that out and everything. My question is, how can I get that waiver expedited?
You can't.
Okay,
What's the hardship? Who's the hardship to?
my dad.
What's the hardship?
Oh, I don't know that legal stuff, so I don't know what I would say the hardship would be because
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay, but like, does your dad have medical issues or anything?
Yes, minor stuff. He
Okay.
is still working. He's 60 years old. He's still working. Still fairly active. Um,
Did you ever do
yeah.
a FOIA of your file?
No, sir.
Did things end okay with your first spouse?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So that's it. You just want to know how can I expedite my 601A?
Yes, sir.
You can't.
Okay. Alrighty. Thank you.
See you.
And thank you for everything you do.
Okay. See ya. All right. All right. Hey, Hope is here, everybody. Now we can get started. Now we can have some fun. KP, hello.
Hey Jim, can you hear me?
Yes. What's up?
My situation is I came here on student visa in 2017 and I worked without authorization for cash. And then fast forward, I changed to H1B in 2020 under change of status. And again, fast forward last year, I went back to my country for stamping. And in DS 160, for the question, have you violated the terms of your visa? I put no. And I got the visa. I came back, and this year I got married to U.S. citizen in June.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to file 485. And for the question on the 485 regarding work authorization, so I know it's forgiven for a spouse for immediate relatives, but if I put no. I mean, sorry, if I put yes for the unauthorized work, will it be considered as a misrepresentation compared to DS 160?
Why did you put no on your DS 160?
Because when I was filling a visa for, I was filling a visa for H1B. I thought the question is related to H1B, not F1.
What is the question? As we sit here right now, do you know what the question exactly says?
Yeah, have you been out of status or violated the terms and conditions of your non-immigrant visa or US visa? It
Of
didn't specifically say if
of
it's H1,
yours or any?
like ours, mine, like your visa.
But what I mean is, do you have the question there in front of you or no?
I do not have the question.
Okay.
It basically says, have you ever been out of status or violated the terms and condition of your visa?
So what unauthorized work do you think that you have?
I worked at a store for cash.
Oh, that's when you said cash. Okay.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah.
So I never.
So I would look very hard at my whole history. I would look very hard at the questions and figure out how to answer them. But yes, it seems like you did. And I think you might have to answer yes to a couple other questions, including have you ever made any misrepresentation to get an immigration benefit? So arguably, you didn't tell them about working for cash, and you did that so that you would get your visa stamp. And so there's going to be questions on the I-45 beyond just did you ever work without authorization, and then putting yes and seeing if they match it up to the old one. I think you actually have to affirmatively say, you might have to affirmatively say yes. This isn't something I would ever tell you definitively on a call like this without walking you
Yeah.
through every question and looking at all the getting the old DS 160 and all that. So I'd want to be very careful about conceding anything, but it doesn't sound good.
Okay. So I never filed taxes or anything. It just worked for cash for a
Well,
year.
right, but I'm a what's it called? I'm an officer of the court, so I can't be part of like telling them that you've now told me that you worked without authorization, you worked for cash, and so that's just like a bunch of dominoes that are going to fall. And as your attorney, I would have to tell the truth.
Okay. So on 485, do I have to put yes for unauthorized work in the past?
It sounds to me like you have to, again, you need a lawyer and you need to go very carefully over each of these questions. I think you have to answer yes to a whole lot more then did I work without authorization? I think we're in the realm of, have you ever given any U.S. government official any documents that were false, fraudulent, or misleading in order to obtain an immigration benefit? So I think you have multiple yes answers, none of them good.
Okay.
It's like stacking.
Right. Another question is, how would USCIS know if I like worked without authorization?
Okay, I can't talk about that. I feel like we're already far beyond where I'm supposed to go. I can't answer questions like, how would USCIS know that I got paid in cash? That's not how I operate. That's not how I practice. And I have a video on this very issue. That's not how you should be thinking about your immigration status. What can I get away with? Yeah, the real question for that person is it even safe to file? Right? Is it even safe to file? Because all that shit's deportable now. Remember? There's a new sheriff in town. He's got a big orange face. Shan, hello. We tried to get you yesterday. You're on mute, Shan. I got Shan and Faiz and Mr. Pastor.
Hi, Jim.
Hello, Shan. How you doing?
Good. Sorry I missed your call yesterday. I got a call from work and then I got hung up, but thank you for having me on your show today.
Sure.
So I got a question, well, a few concerns.
Okay.
I got married to my spouse in 2021, just after everything was opening back after COVID.
Yeah.
We didn't have much family and friends to go to a wedding. My best friend was getting married as well. He's a guy, so we had the wedding on the same day.
They took all the guests?
None of our friends they couldn't travel from other country because they're all in Jamaica, so everything was on lockdown. Okay. So he came as my witness, and he was engaged to his girlfriend at the time. So we just decided, okay, I'll be your witness, you'll be mine, and we both got married the same day.
Okay.
Some issue that came along because we were friends for a very long time, got intertwined. Investigation was tried because we had the same address for our petitions.
All four people?
Yeah, all four people had the same address.
So two couples got married on the same day and applied for green cards and used the same address.
Right.
And was this a house, an apartment, two family?
It was an apartment. It was an apartment.
How many bedrooms?
2.
And was everybody Jamaican?
Me and my best friend were Jamaicans. Our spouses were both American citizens.
And so were either you or your friend out of status when you got married?
I was, but it was only like for 2 months after my H-2B had ended. He was still on status when he got married.
Oh,
I came on H-2B 2017. Sorry.
Time out. No, it's okay. So you're telling me that you and your best friend,
right,
married 2 U.S. citizens,
right,
and you and your best friend allegedly lived in this apartment with your new spouses, the 4 of you.
So so I was living there alone, and then they moved in because me and my wife was there, and then they moved in.
3 people.
Yeah, it was me and my spouse, my wife, and they had some hardship and they needed a place. Me and my wife spoke about it. She was very familiar with him from before we even got married, so it wasn't a big deal when we had that conversation, but I didn't know the government would look at it how they did when they did the initial findings.
Did your best friend marry a man or a woman?
A woman.
So there's 3 women and 1 man in the apartment.
Correct.
Got it. Okay. All right.
So continue. Go ahead.
Just so you know, it's very rare that USCIS would catch that you guys even had the same address. That's very unusual. There was a lady once who married 9 people and filed for green cards for all 9 people at the same address, and USCIS didn't catch it until the ninth case. So, any idea how they figured out that the 4 of you were all at the same address?
When my best friend and his spouse moved in, they moved from a different state, so they had changed their address from that state to the current state that we all were living in.
Pending.
Go ahead, repeat that for me.
While their case was pending.
Right. So in the middle of the pending case, they changed their address just so they could get their letters and stuff like that.
So you and your wife sort of let this other couple come stay with you because you feel bad for them, and it ends up messing up your own green card case.
Right.
In their case, I assume.
And yeah, in their case as well.
Wow.
So it had
happened.
It was a lot. So we end up doing all 4 of us did our interviews like probably 6 weeks apart, 2 months apart, I think. And
who went first?
We were waiting. Go ahead.
Did you and your wife go first, or did the other couple?
Yes. Me and my wife went first. We went in January, and then my friend and.
Sorry, I'll let you. I keep interrupting people today. It's because I was in court all day and I was at yesterday. Sorry, I'm going to be quiet.
I understand. Yeah. So what happened was I went first in January, and then they went a few weeks after, like the end of February to the first week of March, probably. While I was waiting for my decision, because I didn't get a decision at our interview, because we did do I think they call it a Stokes interview, because we got separated and did our interview. I didn't hear back anything. And when I spoke to a close friend of mine who is a consultant with a law firm, he said that most likely they're doing some investigation because my friend changed his address to ours. So they're probably doing some digging to see what's going on there. Ended up, long story short, they claimed that it was a sham because all 4 of us live in the same apartment. And they denied our I-130 petition. I tried fighting mine because I know my marriage is real and legit. I've known my wife at least a year and a half before we got married. Mm-hmm. I sent in a I-29B to because they wanted more evidence. We sent us in. We got denied, and after that denial, we filed for I-29B, which also got denied. My questions are: my wife, after we got denied, she went back with her family to live in a different state for the past 9 months. She comes and goes, but she has moved back to be with her son, and she comes and goes. My question is:
comes and goes to a different country, like to Jamaica?
No, different state. Okay. Different state. Because I work in the current state that we got married.
Okay.
No. I work in the state that makes more money. The state that she lives in doesn't make a lot of money for me.
Are you still in your same old apartment where everybody moved out?
No.
You're back by yourself?
No. I changed an apartment. I live somewhere else. Me and my wife, we're by ourselves now. They got their own apartment. I don't know what's happening with them, but because we separated after everything, went to hell.
Did they got denied too?
Repeat that for me, Jim.
They got denied too?
Yeah. Yes, they did.
Okay.
So my questions are: am I able to go back and forth to the state that my wife is in?
Can I ask some questions?
Yes, go ahead, Jim.
Did after your best friend and his wife had their interview, did you compare notes to see if you had the same officer?
We didn't. I don't think we did do that. But when we were sending in more evidence, I spoke to him to say, "Hey, please remember all the details that happened before we got married. So just to ensure that we don't have different stories, because they're gonna be looking at it. Because chances are maybe one person did do those 2 cases." I'm not sure what he sent in. I don't know what happened, because apparently he got angry that somewhere down the line it was my fault. I'm not sure how me having you staying with me is your fault, is my fault for things going left. And I was just having a good heart to get up an apartment during COVID time or whatever. But no, we didn't do that. We didn't do that.
And when you and your wife compared notes about your Stokes interview, did your answers sort of match, or did the answers sort of not match? Like, were there problems?
I think one problem that would have been like red flags for the officer who interviewed us would she making a mistake of forgetting the street address of where we live for a while. It was really crazy. You've been here for months and months and months, and you forgot the street address.
Not an old address, the actual address.
The actual address, yes.
Did anybody do a site visit? Did anyone come and knock on doors?
Yes, they did.
Tell me
They
about
did. On one of my wife's trips, after she left, like probably 2 days, she went back home.
I mean, she wasn't home when they came.
No, she wasn't home, but my best friend was. And this is where it got really complicated when we were submitting the evidence that they asked for, because my room is set up with all of my wife's stuff, all of our personal items, all of our bedroom activity items and stuff like that. All of those are in there. I'm not sure if they had took photos of those things that were there, but I had stuff with my wife. All our wedding photos are there. All of our adventure photos are there, stuff like that. We send those in also. When I asked my friend what questions they asked him, he was giving me a runaround story. Oh, they asked about this. I'm like, what is this they asked? What is that? How long are you guys living together? How long have you known her? And then he said, they started to say, oh, how long were you and this girl together before you guys started to use the government for benefits and stuff like that? I'm like, huh? Did you understand what they were saying? Did you answer something incorrectly? Were you confused? Did they trick you into saying something that you didn't want to say? I don't get it. That offsite visit was probably what got us the full denial.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. So he sort of messed up, and so you didn't tell me what his answer was to that question, but did he say like a certain amount of time?
I think he did, because we've known each other way before COVID, like 2018, we've known each other. I'm not going to be embarrassed to say this because all four of us knew what we were doing. We all did had activities, all four of us.
Okay.
And we had consent from both sides. So I'm not sure if he had said that to the officers and they interpreted as it was just me and him. I'm not sure if he excluded parts out of it, because in the findings that they sent back to us, they said me and him were using the government for benefits for us, for the two immigrants.
Like they quoted him? They quoted him as saying that, or they said that themselves?
That's what they said themselves. On their findings, we come to the conclusion that my name and his name were using the government for benefits for our own selves.
Mm-hmm. So just so that I get the timing, like you and your wife had an interview in February, and
in January of 2023,
and he and his partner had one in like March.
Yeah, right.
How long after did they come for the site visit? Before the interviews, after the interviews? How long after the interviews?
After the March interview, maybe 3 weeks, because we got the request for more evidence in April.
I'm going to get to that in a minute. Okay. So what time of day did they come when they came?
I was at work, so I assume between 9 and 11 a.m.
Oh, so dipshit was the only one home when they showed up. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
And okay. And how many bedrooms did this house have? 2?
2 bedrooms, a kitchen, bathroom, living area.
And you emphasized sort of that you and your wife had sort of like a bedroom that sort of clearly looked like 2 people who were in a relationship lived together in that room. Or was that to contrast with the other bedroom where dipshit lived, where there was like nothing?
He had some, but I would say it wasn't enough. Mine was like girly and a little masculine, a little, all of the attributes that you should have in a relationship.
Yeah. Okay. And did dipshit give them a walking tour of the apartment?
I asked because in the living room there's photo of just like random photos, like a horse and a stable or stuff like that. But our bedroom was more personal. I don't enter his room, but I know that it didn't have a lot of personal touch. She
But
left her stuff there, makeup, stuff like that. But
officers go all around, I guess is what my question.
okay, you didn't tell me precisely if they did.
Okay, and then so just to be clear, put everything else to the side. At your green card interview, the U.S. citizen spouse did not know her address.
She know the address, but the street number, she didn't get the street number right.
Okay, and
so she told me.
And besides like romantic evidence in the bedroom and marital stuff in the bedroom, was there stuff that made it seem as if your wife lived in that room?
Yes, she had all her clothes, all her hair, wigs.
And this was before she moved out.
Before, yeah. We had that before we even got married.
Okay. And then how long after the site visit did you get the request for evidence? Did you both get the same request for evidence? How about that?
For the site visit in March, I would say about 3 weeks in between because we got it in April.
And you both got one. Both couples got.
Both couples got it the same day because they were both in the mailbox.
Okay. And did the RFEs reference the site visit?
Yes, they did.
Okay. And they did they quote your best friend at that point about what he said as far as or was that only in the denial notice?
It was in the RFE. They didn't put everything because what they put was registration for both me and him at the same place. We had previous jobs at the same address. They had that in. They had mentioned that their findings.
Time out. So you and best friend had lived together somewhere before best friend moved in with you?
We worked at the same address.
Okay. Okay.
Was
he on an H-2B as well?
Yes.
Okay. Oh man.
What else they had in there? They had a quite number of stuff they had in there.
Did they? One person I haven't heard much about is spouse of best friend. Tell me about that person.
She is off the rails. We had an argument at one point. She has a addiction.
You have a criminal?
My best friend is trying to. Yes, I want to say yes. She got some parking tickets, unpaid parking tickets.
Well, that's not a big deal.
What else did she had? I think she had a little run-in with her probation officer because she had missed a date when she had came here to visit her husband.
Why was she on probation?
I think her friends, she said, had some drugs or something of that sort. I'm not sure what they are, if they're pills or prescribed medication that didn't have her name on it, something like that, and she got in some issues with that.
Did they also have a Stokes interview?
No, they did theirs together.
Okay. All right. So I feel like I have an understanding of this very unusual situation. So what questions do you have for me?
All right. For my questions are, because the whole they said the evidence that I sent in for the I-29B wasn't enough for them, and my case is closed.
Yep.
Am I still able to go on a plane to go to a different state that I'm in? For example, I hate driving, and it is far-fetched to take a train when I want to go visit, or she's supposed to come. It's hard to go together on a flight. I'm not sure if I can travel. Can I travel? And is there anything else I could do after this denial to get on a pathway to
my green card citizenship? We're 2 years out now, right?
I got the denial of the I-29B in June of this year.
Yeah, but that didn't give you any real status. When did they deny the I-130 and the 45?
The I-130 was in 2023. I reapplied. I sent it the I-29B in 23. Didn't hear anything in 24, and I just heard back in 25 of June.
And in the last 365 days, how many days have you and your wife slept in the same bed?
Since January, well, since last year, I would say 8 out of a year, 8 months. Not straight because she does go back and forth, but maybe 8 months from the year if I put it all together.
Together? You're together 8 months? Okay. And okay. I mean, this is a very difficult case. I don't know if you're ever going to be able to overcome it. I think you should do a Freedom of Information Act request. You and your spouse and your best friend should all do Freedom of Information Act requests. I bet they have a lot of stuff and a lot of dirt. I don't know if you're ever getting a green card, and you sure as hell shouldn't go to the airport.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, what would you show them for your status to fly?
I have a driver's license with a star on it. They said that's what I need to fly if I'm flying. When I'm going through TSA, like when my kid comes here, that's what I used to bring him to the gate.
Yeah. What's the long-term plan though?
I'm still working because when I send in the form, I had to try to get I am on the 520 days still on the work permit card. So I'm not sure what's going to happen after that, if they're going to send a notice to me that I need to be refiling for something to get on a new EAD card or what. So I'm not sure.
That EAD is canceled. You're not supposed to be working on that. That when the 45 got denied, that was the end of the I-130.
I did send in a renewal for it. I did got a receipt number and everything back that I brought into my job. That's what I'm still working on. I didn't got a different letter to say, okay,
but they don't know.
Was canceled or anything.
They don't know that it was canceled.
Oh, what does that mean?
Well, that you're working without authorization, but there just doesn't, I mean, your case is going to be referred to ICE here pretty soon, I think.
Okay.
Sometime in the next 6-9 months, I think. I mean, they're looking for, they have quotas to meet and they have all this stuff. So I don't, what's the plan? I don't know if there's a plan, and I don't know if you're going to ever be able to get an immigration, even if your kid turned 21 now. Oh, I guess it's her kid, right? She has a kid. It's not you.
I have 2 of them. They're both under the age of 10. One's just 9 and one turned 3.
Yeah. So if one was 21, I don't think you could get a benefit, because they would say, at least not with this administration, they would say that you filed for a fraudulent marriage, and that's a silver bullet, a deportable offense, and not something that would ever allow you to get another immigration benefit.
Okay. Oh, so what are my options would be, what do you suggest? Not asking you what to do, but what are your suggestions in a case like mine?
What would I suggest? I didn't hear the last thing you said. Was it about flying or just about in a case?
No, in a case like mine. What are your suggestions?
So let's walk through. Let's say that you and your wife were living together 365, and to me, the only way this ever gets proven is, one, if you prove that the marriage is still real, you file a new case. Like, I never would have filed the 290B. It was a waste of time. They weren't going to reverse that, right? So I would do a FOIA and find out all the dirt they have on me. I would separate the hell as much as I can from the other couple, which it sounds like they're out anyway. But if you're living apart from your spouse and they have raised lots of suspicions, I think that even if you filed the strongest case possible, they would say, okay, well, we might believe this, but all that other stuff was so fraudulent, we don't know if we're ever going to give you a benefit. It's still the same marriage, though. So what I do know is that living apart is not good for you from anything you want to do. And then the question is, Jim, should I file another I-130 45? And I don't know, because I think that's a fast ticket to a notice to appear in immigration court.
Right. That's why I haven't done anything, because I'm trying not to be on the radar so far. I'm trying to get some information as to what should and shouldn't be done at this point. The thing is, with my living situation, she still has her clothes and everything here. She comes, she spends 3 weeks out of the month, 2 weeks out of the month, but she's not here a full 6 months together. That's the thing. And I'm trying to get her to stay here, but like, as soon as winter comes, she's gone for the entire winter.
Yeah. It's tough.
and I can't make any money in the state that she's in. It is like the least state to work to make any money. It's like $15 an hour comparing to my 27, 29 an hour here.
I think you're stuck.
Right.
I'm sorry, Shane. I'm sorry to have more for you.
That's okay. You said to request a freedom of information, you said?
Yep.
How do I do that? Do I go on the USCIS website?
G639. Yep.
G639. Okay.
All right.
And do I pay for that, or can I get it
It's free.
free? It's free.
It is
So
free.
just put in my information. It should be there. Okay. All right, Jim.
Good
Thank
luck.
you so much.
Yep,
Thank
you
you.
Ronald says, "Come to California. The officers are cool here in San Francisco." Man, I swear to God, just today I was thinking, man, I haven't been to I haven't been to Northern California in a while. I need a case. I need to come to Northern California. I haven't been in a long time, and I miss it. I love San Francisco. Although the last time I was there, I went to Walgreens, and literally every single item in the store was behind a glass case. I forgot I was there. So I was there not too long ago. I had an Iranian green card case that I got approved. That was a tough case, Shan. We'll be praying for you for sure. That's tough. Fies, hello. Fies, are you there?
Welcome.
Hello.
Hello,
Hi.
Jonathan. Assalamu alaikum.
Fies, how are you doing?
I'm good. Long time listener, first time caller.
Oh my gosh, my favorite. Thanks so much.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Thanks to you. And I feel like you're, please don't take that the wrong way, a little bit harsh tone. That really helped me with my case. And when I got my interview in Pakistan, it was like, believe me, thanks to you, it really helped me a lot.
Oh, good. I'm glad. So you got your visa and came to the United States?
Yeah, I got my visa and then came. Thanks to God before the,
Yeah.
So my question is that I already know the answer to, but I've been listening to the show for quite some while.
Yeah.
And I know the answer is like, wait till the end of the year. So I'm just curious, if I go, like I want to go visit Pakistan, I have some personal problem there. And I want to go like around December and like come back around March. So I don't know, like if you say yes or no, I'm asking in a way that if my wife come and pick me, is that would be the best way, or should I just not go at all?
Option number 1 is don't go at all. Option number 2 is go with your spouse, or at least have them on the return trip. Yep.
Yeah. Otherwise, like don't come back alone. Make sure of that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And can I travel inside in the state? Like, oh no, that's also dangerous.
In US?
Like, can I travel? Like, I have inside the state, like another state, like go to Washington or like.
You have your green card?
Yes.
Sure. That's fine.
Okay. That was my question. Thank you so much. Thank you. God bless you.
Yep. All right. Faiz got his green card. We're happy about that. Papaya, hello. Uh-oh, we're not gonna have a papaya fight, are we?
Hi, Jim.
Hi, Papaya. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing great. I wasn't expecting you to pick me, but yeah, I'm glad I'm here.
Me too.
Thank you. So, Jim, I called earlier. I'm not a first time caller. I'm very
okay. Sure
calling, but then I think if you would remember, I called earlier. I think about last week. I'm originally from Ghana. I was in the US on a J1, came back to Ghana, did my 2 years, got married to my spouse, and did the whole shebang.
Yeah.
I got approved I-130 in June, but then I moved to the UK, and then I moved to the UK on a student visa, but I was planning to move before I got approved. And then just right when I applied for the visa to come to the UK, I got approved. And so now I'm here in the UK, and I think I called you talking about the new regulation or notice by the State Department about transfers. Now, here's the thing. I called asking about change of status, changing of the interview location and all of that kind of stuff.
Right.
And you encouraged me to submit the DS-268 and then everything. I also told you my lawyer also put in an MVC inquiry, and so I just came with some good news that today I got a new case number. So in the morning, I was trying to check because I submitted I had to get a police report and I submitted. That was my last civil document.
Yeah.
And then I was just checking to see if everything was okay. And I kept checking, and then it kept telling me there was a mismatch. So I was really worried. But then so I was planning. My lawyer's on holiday, so I couldn't reach out. So I was planning to even come on the show to tell you about it. But then just around 6 o'clock, because it's 10 o'clock now, 6 o'clock in UK, I got an email that I have gotten a new case number, and it has the abbreviation LDN. And I was like, oh, okay, nice. And then I went to the website, the CAC website, and then I saw that my interview location has been updated to London. So basically, this is just more or less like an update to say thank you, and then also to also ask you what next, because I submitted all my documents, so I probably would have to wait to be documentary qualified, I guess. Or so what next? What do I say? Am I clear of that notice, or I don't know?
I hope so, but I don't know.
Okay, yeah, I can imagine. Also, it says that my State Department of Chargeability is still Ghana. Is that something that I should worry about, like on the NVC portal thing?
I'm giving you the same advice I gave you last time. Just keep going and go as fast as you can.
Awesome.
That's all we can do.
Okay. All right. So yeah, so just basically a status update, because I was thinking now that it says my interview is London, can they automatically get back to me and say, oh no, we're taking it back to Accra? Like, is that possible?
Yep.
Oh wow.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean when I say I don't know, that we just gotta do it and hope for the best. Just gotta do the next right thing, you know.
Okay. And what would that be?
Just what you're doing, just keep moving.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for the yeah.
Keep us posted.
All right, definitely. I'll definitely come back. Thank you so much.
Have a good weekend.
Yeah, you too.
All right. Grayson is here. Hello.
Hey, Jim, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, thanks.
Awesome. Thanks for taking my call. I just
Sure.
came across your site recently.
Oh, great.
I've walked through the K1 process with my wife. Now we're doing the adjustment of status with the green card.
Great.
And I feel like we're speed running this a little bit. We got married on July 14th. Our case was received on August 15th, biometrics scheduled on August 22nd. We have our interview on October the 2nd.
Awesome.
And so, yeah, we're super happy about this. But one of the things that I kind of wanted to talk with you about is I don't feel like we have a ton to show that's not already included in our I-485.
Yeah.
I mean, we've spent almost every moment together because I work from home. She's not authorized to work yet.
Right.
And so is that something that we should be concerned about? I would assume that they would take that into account. It's literally been a month and a half.
Yeah. The only thing, if you haven't done it already, that you might want is a couple of affidavits from people that know you and know that you're together now that she's gotten here and gotten married. But other than that, they totally take that into account. And I think it'll be a very quick interview.
Awesome. I hope that you're right. And then I'm assuming that we should start uploading anything that we do have now. Is that correct?
Yep.
Awesome. And then lastly, are there any questions that you're hearing in these interviews that we should be aware of?
Oh, I heard a new one yesterday. Well, I heard, oh, damn it. Where is it? Hold on. Let me look at my notes. I'll be right back. There was one I really liked. The one I really liked. One was what's one thing you don't like about each other? I thought that was a clever one.
Oh my God. They're trying to get me in trouble.
Yeah, exactly. I thought it was a good one. And there was another one that I liked. How'd you meet? Oh, what was it? It was a really good one. Yeah, he said she doesn't walk the dogs. She hates the dog. They got in a big fight about the dogs right in front of the officer, which was great.
That's awesome.
He said she's pushy. And then she asked, what is one thing you like about each other? Man, what was it? It was a really good question. Had a baby. No. I must not have written it down. I thought it was so clever. Let me see. She doesn't. No. Sorry, bud. No, I just think,
No
I mean,
worries.
it's just, I don't think they're going to do much of the gotcha questions on somebody that's been married that little. And, they think, in the old days, and for most times, on a fiance 485, you didn't have an interview, even like during Trump last time. So I think this will be one that they use to catch up on if they're behind schedule.
Yeah, that makes sense. And we feel like we have a pretty strong case. I mean, we've known each other for 4 years. I've been to Brazil 8 times. Like, she's been here twice.
Yeah,
never overstayed anything. So it should be pretty.
I'll probably remember it tomorrow morning, and I'll tell it on the show tomorrow.
That sounds good. I appreciate you taking my call.
Sure, buddy. Good luck, Grayson. All right. I had to get my cough drop, too. Let's go to MK. Hello.
Hi, can you hear me well?
Yeah, how you doing?
Hi, Mr. Hacking. Juma Mubarak. Thank you so much. Thank you for taking this call.
Sure.
I don't know if you remember my case. I called maybe a few weeks ago about my brother being detained. But I'll give you quickly, a brief story. So he's been detained since August 15th. He has pending asylum case, and he's also has pending one I-30. He had an interview with his wife in August, and in a few weeks he got detained. So my questions were, I'm trying to figure out 2 scenarios, and we're trying to have some solutions for him. He does have a lawyer. It just, I'm trying to save my family. That's.
Can I ask a question before we get to that?
Yeah.
When did he get taken into custody?
10 days after their interview, which August 15th.
Was there a triggering event, or did they just?
No, he was just coming back from work. He was passing the checkpoint, and there was police and ICE. So police kind of got him.
This DC?
DC, yes.
He's from Russia, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember. And did the lawyer file a motion to get him out on bond?
So that was one of my questions. So he came through CBP1, and it sounds like there's no chances. And I wanted to ask.
Well, so okay, okay. Thank you for that. Did the lawyer file for bond though?
No, she didn't, because she keeps saying that it's going to be denied because he's not eligible. And I hear some cases, and he said that he has inmates there that had luck of getting out by bond. But honestly, I can't really rely on that. He's just desperate there.
That's your brother said that?
Yes.
Your brother said that he knows of people who have applied for.
And they're waiting for being released. But again, he's not sure exactly what cases.
People might just be making shit up.
Oh, that, yes.
Right. Yeah, I gotcha. Okay.
So we're trying to figure out if there are any options for him being released on bond, considering that he traveled to United States before on visa and never had any criminal records or any violations on that.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Well, actually, let me ask one more question. Is the I-130 approved?
No, that's the thing. So they haven't responded neither with denial or approval, and it's still pending, and we're checking it every day. It's still pending with no additional information required or anything.
And which state is he held in?
So he's been in Farmville first in Chantilly. They took him in Farmville, and now he's in South Texas.
Oh, they moved him to Texas.
Yeah, they moved him there.
Fuck, that wasn't very nice.
Indeed.
Why are they so? How long has the I-130 been pending?
Since August. So they had an interview on August 6th. So
When did they file it?
Where?
When did they file it?
When March, somewhere in the middle of March.
And the interview was like Fairfax or Baltimore or something?
Fairfax. Yeah.
So I don't know if you've been watching the show, but I've been like fighting out this bond issue, but all my people were inspected, so I didn't have to raise this issue. And it might indeed be a total long shot, but it seems like right now nobody's standing up for your brother very much.
No.
And nobody's really doing anything. Now, Southern District of Texas is no place to be and no place to raise a bond motion. So, I mean, I should know if there are lawyers filing class actions on behalf of all the people who came in on parole and challenging, so I think you probably know, but I'll just tell it for the people watching the show, is that the BIA and the USCIS and ICE, they're all taking the position that if you entered on parole or entered on CBP app, or if you entered without inspection, that you are therefore an arriving alien and you're not eligible to see to ask for bond. I don't think that's legal. I think it's going to be challenged. I think it probably is being challenged right now. And I might, at the very least, want to file a bond application just to keep it alive for if a judge throws out the interpretation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean,
and only a lawyer can do that, correct?
no, you can ask for bond. You can ask for bond. Yeah.
On the ICE website, I can just file for the bond.
No, we're past that. So ICE has already made a determination that he's not bond eligible. This has to be done with the judge. So most likely it has to be done with a lawyer. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
And
Go
ahead.
Mr. Hagen, could you tell me what other options out there to expedite or trigger something with USCIS to make the decision, about that 130? Like, what are the ways there?
I would start bugging them, and I mean, it's too. That's why I asked you when they filed it. It's probably too early to sue. What? I was going to ask you a question. Does he have a court date on his underlying asylum case?
No, so his asylum case was denied. I don't know if I mentioned, and then
Denied by a judge?
by a judge, and he filed appeal within 30 days, and he has not had briefing or anything. It's just been pending.
So that's the only thing that's really keeping him here right now, right?
Yeah. If they put him for removal, and like they're not gonna have any court. They're just gonna make that decision, correct?
Well, they have to. They can't deport him till his initial appeal at the BIA is over. So the goal would be to use that time while that's pending to try to get the I-130 going and then try to reopen it. But I mean, this train is pretty far down the tracks.
Yeah. So technically, there's not many options.
Well, I would say this. I would try to find a deportation lawyer where your brother is being held and talk to them about bond. Say, I know it's a long shot, but we want to preserve his rights. We want to squeaky wheel gets the grease. Right now, no one's thinking about your brother.
Yeah.
No one's thinking about him on his appeal. No one's thinking about him on his court date. I guess he already had his court date. Yeah. I mean, it's a tough situation.
But isn't it supposed to be, faster once he's detained, that BIA makes that decision to like put him into either removal or make any decisions?
Yeah, that's true. Yep. But the BIA, he filed that he filed that appeal when he wasn't detained, right?
No, yeah, he was.
So if nobody's told the BIA, they may not know that he's detained, and so they might not put him on that faster track.
So what his lawyer is saying, that they sent some sort of request to let them know that he's been detained, but it's been now a month and a half. Is it like a normal time still, like that they're not doing anything or not sending?
They don't do much of anything.
Yeah.
Sorry, MK. Sorry I couldn't be more help.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, Mr. Hagen. Can I ask you just last question about, like, I don't know if you're aware of this process is in the event if he decides to leave just due to health issues, and possibly his wife also going to be traveling with him because they both from Russia. In this event, what is the process, and can he be approved for, like, not valid? I guess not voluntary. It's not the voluntary departure, but just self departure.
Well, it's the same thing. I think so. That would be what's called post completion voluntary departure. It would be up to the discretion of the judge and the ICE counsel. Again, these are all things that need to be talked about with his attorney.
Yeah, but there is an option like that, correct? He could be approved for that.
Based on what I saw in court this week, they are giving out voluntary departure like candy because it's the fastest way for them to hit their numbers.
Yeah, he said that they're walking around like every other day and signing up people there, but at the same time, whoever signed up, they're still there for months.
Well, they have to get their passport, they have to get their ticket, they have to get all their shit together. So that takes a while.
Yeah. Okay, got it. Well, thanks a lot again for your time. I appreciate it.
Sorry, sweetheart.
No problem. Thank you. Appreciate it.
You're a good sister.
Thanks.
Mr. Pastor, hello. You're on mute, Mr. Pastor.
Oh, hi, Jim. Can you hear me?
Yeah, how are you?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm good.
Yeah, so I had a quick question. My parents left the States, I'd like to say 2017.
Okay.
They got tangled up with some, I guess you can call them notorious or whatever, like false fake lawyers or whatever.
That's what we call them on this show, fake lawyers.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to say fake lawyer. I think they actually use a real lawyer, but they were listening to like immigrant friends telling them to like, I guess, fake stuff, if that makes sense.
Sure.
Yeah. So basically, my question is, they left, for like 2017. They went back to Ireland. They're Irish citizens, and I was wondering, they still have a bar regardless, right? So how does that work if they what's it called, the visa waiver thing?
When did they come to the United States?
2009, I believe.
On visit visas?
Yeah.
And then they overstayed their visas?
Overstayed, yeah. So they originally from Nigeria. So my parents are from Nigeria. They overstayed their visa. My sister is an Irish citizen, so she was born in Ireland. So they went back to Ireland when they left in 2017, become Irish citizens. And now I was wondering if they want to come to visit, how they still, regardless, they're going to have that 10-year bar, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but if you can prove that they left in 2017, then they only have 2 years left.
Okay.
But that begs the question, Jim, if they had left in 2015 and now they were current, is the State Department going to give them a visit visa to the United States or let them come on visa waiver? The answer to that question is no.
Okay.
The only way they're coming back is if you're a U.S. citizen and you file for green cards for them.
At least in my second question. So my condition was actually expiring on the 9th of March 9th, 2026. So I have to renew it December, if I have my timeline right.
Yep.
And then I guess a year after that, I'll be eligible to file for citizenship.
That's true.
So when I do file for citizenship, I guess by then, because I'm trying to figure out what exactly should I do. Should I wait to become? Well, obviously you have to wait.
You can't file anything until you are a U.S. citizen. So the timing could be a little bit better. Like if you were a citizen now, that'd be perfect. Like the best would be if you were a citizen now, because it's going to take 2 years for them to process.
Yeah.
And so it'd be best if you were about to become a citizen now, but you can't. And you can't apply for them until you're a citizen. So just as soon as you're a citizen, you file I-130s for them, and hopefully they won't need a waiver. Hopefully there wasn't any kind of fraud. One thing I would do is I would have them both do Freedom of Information Act requests for their whole file. Did they just left voluntarily?
Yeah, I guess you could say voluntary departure or deport, because I know
they were in removal proceedings.
Yeah, they got a letter from USCIS telling them, I guess, like a final. It's called a final letter.
Yeah. Basically, what we've said so far is generally true, unless they had some kind of monkey business and there's some kind of fraud stuff. But otherwise, if there's no fraud stuff, then in 2027, they should be able to come once you have an approved I-130 for them as the son of a U.S. citizen or the parents of a U.S. citizen.
Okay, perfect. And I guess, yeah, because I guess I don't want them to go down the route trying to get visas because that can just open up a whole thing. So I'd rather just wait to become a citizen and file for them, which I think that's
the only thing you can do.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is you should research now what's in their files to see if there's some bigger problem that you're going to have to deal with.
So can I do that and have the FOIA come to my address?
They have to do it, but they can have it go to your address. Yep.
Oh, okay. All right. Sweet. Makes sense. All right. That's the only questions I had.
Peace, brother.
All right. Thank you.
All right, everyone. That'll do it for today's show. We'll be back tomorrow, maybe noon, maybe 1 p.m. Like I said, I have to go to the jail to talk to everybody tomorrow, and then I'll be back tomorrow. And we'll do a show tomorrow afternoon. I got to do a video on citizenship, and then we go from there. Mariana, thank you for your help. Everybody have a good weekend. We'll see you guys mañana. Peace out. I'm great about that, other than trying to help people who are in a state of disease